Hi there. Welcome to another episode of Bouncy e-learning videos. Today, I'll be taking you through the command line window, which we also call the CMD. So if you do not know about command line window, you are the right video and the right channel. So before I start, I would like you subscribe to my channel, Bouncy Learning Videos, give a like, and if you have any questions or suggestions to this video or to this topic, you could put it down in the comment section. So let's get straight into it. Those were the times where there wasn't anything like GUI, where you would take a mouse to drag, to move, to click, to view, to do all those. Command line window deals with commands. It will be a blank space and you giving commands as to whether you want to move a file, to create a file, to view a file, to run commands, and what have you. So in this session, we'll be going through how to create a file, how to create a folder, how to even clear the command window, how to recall things or commands you've already typed in the command line window, how to use some other things like the ipconfig just for your own use. So let's get straight into the video. Open command line window. You could just go to search and type command. Exactly. So you can get the command prompt. It's the same thing. Or you can run Windows R to open the R, right? Or the run. Great. So you can type CMD. As I said, these things mostly comes with commands. You can't just write command line window here. But if you are not too conversant with this, you can just use the search bar to search for command prompts or command line. It's gonna come, right? So I'm gonna do this and I press OK or enter. So you realize something opens. Exactly. So this is what I mean in the olden days they used to use, and now people still use, especially when it comes to cybersecurity, cyber forensics. You don't want to be echoing so much onto the disk. All right. So when you open, you're going to see something like this, and when this happens, you know you are in a particular folder or a particular directory. So we realize we are seeing something like a C. That's the drive C. I'm sure maybe yours will be different. I don't know how, but by default it's C. Then we also have users and HP. So maybe I can go back to where C is. So I'm going to run a command that can move us back from the HP to the C. So just like when you are in the GUI, you are at folder HP, right? You can go back, you click the back or the undo so that you can move to the last two or the last previous files or folder you were at. So I can do cd space 2 of the periods or full stops, right? When I do this, that means it's going to move back once. So let's try this. So you realize the HP has vanished. Exactly. So that's what the CD. So CD is change directory. Change directory. But here is the case we use commands, so you do not want to find yourself wanting. And one thing about command line window is it's not case sensitive. So you can use capital. So let's try. It's not case sensitive. So capital CD. You see it has moved again. Exactly. So you can, if you want to move two space, you can do these two, or you can just get one command that will move the two, right? You don't have to move simultaneously. It's going to take some time or subsequently. So we can do, so let's go back to this. So CD, pardon me if you're seeing something like this. Sorry. So we are back to this, right? So now you can try CD. Now I want just one command that will move it back to the C, just the C. So that means I'm moving HP folder and the users folder. So when it happens that way, you can do CD, two of the full stops, then the slash. I don't know whether it's backward or forward. It depends on how you see it, but yeah, exactly. So this is how it is. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit for you to see. Exactly. So you're seeing something like this, right? Move to C. So just like you can use a mouse to move between folders and directories, command line or command prompt can also be used to do same. All right. So now we know how to move. We know how to move back. Now, what about moving forward, right? You are at C, you are at drive C. You want to move to maybe user HP or user something else. What do? You also use the same CD. So that means CD change directory is used to move forward and backwards. But it's the command or the prompt that comes after. So you realize CD two of the full stops goes back once, and if it's a slash, I mean, if you want to move to this command. Now, if I want to move forward, how is it going to be? So it's going to be CD. So CD, but before that, I would want to know what is inside the C so that I'll know which folder I am moving into. So on the GUI, if you want to probably view users or something, when you enter the C drive, when you double click into the C drive, it lists all the files or folders that are there. So when it comes to listing, you use the dir, so directory. So let's see, dir. So it's listing almost everything for you, right? Exactly. So now let's move on to the next, right? Now I want to move to users. I know whatever is listed here. So we have users, we have systems.save, program files, all these are here. They've been listed. Now I want to move another forward or another folder or a directory. So for directory, CD, CD, then which directory do I want to navigate to? I want to navigate to users. So CD users. You realize it has moved to users, right? So it was from C, at first it was C, then now we've moved to users. So let's do directory again, dir. It lists all the users that are available on your computer. So I'm seeing default user 10001, I'm seeing HP, I'm seeing public, right? I would want to go to public. So CD public. So it follows that same flow. CD this, CD that. So now let's try moving back and see CD. I want to move back to drive C. So it'll be CD two full stops, right? I want to move back to C, not users. It has moved to C. Now, what about if you want to move two spaces ahead, just like the way we didn't do CD two of the full stop, but we did to move to probably drive C, right? So now we want to move to public. We don't want to go through the CD users and now we are going to list. Now I want to move straight into the public or the public folder. What do? So I'm going to try CD users slash public. Realize it has come. Exactly. So these are how we can move between folders and directories. We move, we go back, we undo, we redo, all those comes to play here. Okay. Now, what if I want to clear? I want to clear all this. If you want to clear, you can try CLS. CLS clears. And once again, command prompt is case insensitive. You don't have to use capitals, and no. You just use what you think you are confident with. If you want to use small letters, so now let me try capitalization CLS. It has cleared. So CLS is for clearing the terminal. Well, the command prompt is also called the terminal. So we want to clear whatever things we've typed already. You get to see them here. So you clear. When you clear, everything goes, right? Exactly. So now we've been able to do moving between directories, be able to list, be able to clear. Now the next one we want to do is to recall history. Let's recall history. So we've done all these things. Now we want to know what we've typed so far. Everything we've typed ever since we opened the command line. That is going to be dosky/history. So this one, let me exactly. So we have dosky/history. It's going to give you all the everything here. Now, what about if you want to recall all the things you typed in the terminal ever since you opened? When it happens that way. So now we are done with that. So now we want to do recall. From the English, recall means you are recollecting past events, right? So here, everything we've typed ever since we opened the terminal, that's what we are going to recall. We are going to remember what we've typed. So we are going to use the command dosky/history. So that means everything we've typed ever since we opened this CMD. We type cd this, cd that, cd user/hp. We type all these, including the dosky itself. So that means dosky/history is a good utility or a good command, right? Exactly. So from here, now we need to create folders and files, right? So let's clear. Before that, I want to list and see what is there. So that one I'll use directory, right? Exactly. So I use directory. Now I have all these. I have cmd, I have cmd.txt, and even the files and folders, there are some timestamp, right? So documents was created at this time, downloads was created at this time. It gives you all information, even the dates, so the date and time, and it gives you the information whether it's a directory. Directory means it's a folder. So if it's a folder, dir, or a file, cec.txt, right? File t.txt. All these are files. So you realize if they are files, you don't get to see anything directory here, but if they are directory or folders, you see them there. So maybe we can put that also at the back of our heads. Now let's start. TLS. Now we know about this. Now I want to make a folder. How to make a folder, right? So to make a folder, mk directory. As I said, command prompt is case insensitive. So however you want to create it, however you want to type it, it's up to you. So let's make a folder called maybe fancy. You can also create your own folder. So now I would want to create a file. Maybe we can choose a file. I'll take fancy, and creating a file, maybe I want to write something in it. Say I am learning fancy e-learning videos command line window. So the command we use for doing such, creating a file. You're creating a file, but of course you have a text inside, and a text file, of course. So we will echo. So echo, what do you want to test? Say I am learning on fancy e-learning video. Then the name of our test file. So maybe fancy.txt. Now let's to see what is there. Realize we are seeing something like this. Now, how do we view? So this is how we create tests. You can also use the same format to create other things, right? Okay, so maybe a docs file, whichever one. But today we are concentrating on the text file. Okay, so from here, let's view. So for view, you just type the name of the test file together with its extension. So it has come, right? See, it has opened. It's not going to open here, of course, it's going to open on the CMD. The GUI, the graphical user interface. So we are seeing something like this. Exactly. So this is how we create test files. What if you want to add on to the test file? If you want to add on to the test file, it's going to be echo, maybe, yes, I am learning well. So here, the signs are going to be 2 because you are writing onto the same test file. Now let's view. You realize it has increased, right? Exactly. Of course, you can change name as well, but those ones will come later in the next videos. So now let's view this file.